Kimbo na Tatanzambi Yamazulu, Kimfumo Kyakuisa, and Zami Mawesha and Zambi Akabenisha and Zami Monini. I'm back with a quick video. This won't take too long. Not going to do music this time, but this is something that came up based upon some things that have been revealed to me. I would hope that I don't have any problems. It started to act like there was no internet connections, which I know this is bogus because now that there's a lot of controversy going on, I'm dealing with some issues. So, Kimbo Tatanzami, first of all, I want to say, Kimbo Tatanzami, Puntlena, Akongo Yahweh, protect and watch over this broadcast. I ask you, Tatanzami, to help and to be able to Kimbo and glory. I honor Kongo Isaiah. I honor the Monavelida. I honor the Yengi Keno to all the Pemba Kalunga. I ask that you would come down and watch and protect over this. All three righteous of his solely, from down to Adama, Yengi. I welcome you once again. Welcome all of you here to another broadcast. This is going to be something that's going to really be important. I may have done a wolves in sheep's clothing before, but this is going to be something a little bit different. We're all familiar with the tares and the wheat scriptures, but this is what has come to me, especially now when you see the climate that's happening around the U.S. Kimbo, brother. You see the climate that's happening around the U.S. You see the climate that's going on with various platforms. You see what's going on social media now. You see everything that's happening. And it's kind of what I spoke about because, we have wolves in sheep's clothing in various places. And, as we grew up in the Christian mindset that we were given, many of us, we were to understand that was to be applied to the church of the Messiah from the Christian's perspective of how they've been teaching that. But now we know it goes a little bit deeper. Kimbo. I'm going to read the scripture. I'm not going to share the screen today, but I'm just going to read it. As a watchman, and it said, what motivates Yapoa to appoint watchmen, Inki, Ke Pusaka, Yapoa, Na Kutula, Bakengidi. Okay. The scripture says, Benan Muntu, Ezekiel 3:17 to 19. I hope you can still see me okay. Because there is a little bit of a lag on my side, which makes no sense. I contacted them and they claimed that I need to check my internet. Well, they said they sped it up, so I don't know what's the deal is. But Benan Muntu, I have made thee a watchman unto the house of Nzolele. Therefore, hear the word of my mouth and give them warning from me. When I say unto the wicked, thou shalt surely die, and thou givest him not warning, nor speakest to warn the wicked for his wicked way, to save his life, the same wicked man shall die in his iniquity, but his blood I will require at thine hand. Yet, if thou warn the wicked, and he turn not from his wickedness, nor from his wicked way, he shall die in his iniquity, but thou hast delivered thy soul. Okay. Exactly. There's a lot of things happening now. What I came on to tell you is, like I said, I'm not going to be too long. We are at the point, and I talked about this, saying that the man of sin has now been revealed, and there's a lot of things going on with that. Is the attempt of the enemy to hinder the plans of Tatanzambi and Pongutuleno. The attempt to cause problems, as we know that's his MO in all things. And so we must be at the point where we must always be watchful of the things that are happening around us. Because sadly, as we all know, not everybody is who they seem in this world. That's why what we're doing is causing such a problem for people, because there was always an agenda to hide certain things from the world, and this agenda is going to continue to try to push that perspective. You know, we see what's going on in the media, we see what's going on in the world today, and from our perspective, we must understand to really seek Tatanzambi and discernment about who we have around us and who are among us. Because as I have already witnessed already, there's going to be attempts to continue to uh, bring what we've put together down. Let's go back to Yesaya, Kuswa Kongo, after he had done and finished his ministry. Okay, remember that this is something that was taught through those who believe they worship in the same person, or not worshiping, but believing in the same person, that he had to go before the Sanhedrin and be charged with crimes against the law, as far as they were concerned, according to how they were teaching it. Okay. Now remember, in this awakening, we have been pushing this version of the Messiah. Hallelujah. So yes, we do need a lion in the mountaintop, and that time is now coming. But what we're dealing with also is similar to what we saw with Simon Kimbangu, Simon Toko, and anyone who chooses to be honest and truthful about the way of the world. Okay, we know that there were many martyrs when it came to the truth, that they were not allowed to voice the real truth against those who were against people knowing the reality of the Most High. Because as we know in the scriptures, that the Nzambi gave a time to the wicked one to have his kingdom, but he has masqueraded that in various ways so that people don't see that they're really in his kingdom and that the Most High's kingdom will now come. That he turned the world into the hands of the wicked, but he told his people to remain separated, which we didn't obey. And of course, Kuswa Kongo Yesaya came down to inform us about how we were supposed to walk in the way of the Most High and keep ourselves as a royal priesthood. But many of us accepted it, some rejected. And remember, even when there were those who were following him, they in turn also turned against him as well. Okay. So we have to remember that this would again be something, now that we know that there was another awakening or another exodus or another truth that was to come, that we can expect the same treatment in this time. Okay. I'll just call them agents of the coded, and we know who we talk about when they're coded, that not everybody wants to see or desires the changes that will come in the next world. There are those who choose, remember it says you pick one master the other, choose this day whom you will serve. And there are those that in their heart of hearts, they know who they serve. Okay? So they will assist whatever scenario needs to happen For those of us who serve the Most High, we will assist the Most High in His portion. For those that are not realizing they don't serve the Most High, but are made to think that they do, they will also play their role. Okay? So don't be astounded in this time when we see people that we believed in, or people that we think we know, or people that we trust will suddenly hand you over to the enemy for your repercussions, or do what's possible to stop uh, what we're intending to do here. Okay? This is the time. And of course, even as how my computer's acting up, it demonstrates that, because there are those who see me as the enemy, but masquerade as my friend. There are those who see other people as the enemy, but they're masquerading as their friend. Okay? And these type of people are eventually going to have their time to be revealed. But as Kusra Kongo said once upon a time, be wise as a serpent, innocent as a dove. So it's not for us at this time to, you know, engage in attacking modes or methods, as we've seen, with other organizations that choose to do so. That's what they wish. But it's our intention that we must be the lion. But remember, the lion also works with stealth. It doesn't always roar. The lion can come out of nowhere and still have force where you didn't see him coming from, or her coming from, or pounce. Okay, in such a way that it's like when they hunt. You might not have seen the one lion, kind of like what they showed in the movie Jurassic Park. You might see the one lion, but you didn't see the other one. Wow, come out of nowhere. Okay, and that's why that the zombie watches. The Most High, he watches and he sees and he knows when he's ready to pounce or he's ready to do his thing. You won't see it. It comes out of nowhere. You weren't expecting it. Okay, and in this awakening, we must now engage in that type of teaching, to where we want to help our people to continue to grow and have knowledge about the Bena Congo, the Bena zombies, to be willing to help our people learn. Okay, but now is the time to be wise about the pretenders. Okay, and the pretenders are everywhere. Okay, they're not just uh, going to announce themselves. They're not just going to let you know who they are. You have to have that revelation. Okay, all praises to Tatanzami. Siemi, Siemi. Like I said, I just jumped on real quick because moving forward, expect it that anyone that has taught something that doesn't favor the world and what the world is supposed to really be believing is going to become an enemy. And there are those who favor the world that will do their part to make sure that they engage in what is necessary to stop uh, this progress. Okay, this is very significant now because I've already been seeing people talk about how, oh, so and so got this and so and so got that, and we know what happened with our Yaya. You know, it's a time when we need and the Most High is going to fix that. Don't worry, because see, the thing about it is, even as they do their part to erase the truth or to do what they can to run interference, the Most High already has the backup plan in place. Okay, so we must understand that our time is here. We will reign as Ben Congo once again, as Ben Zombie. The Most High will reveal His chosen and expose those who are not chosen. Okay, He will reveal the truth and He will expose the lie. And this is exactly why, for us that are trying to do the Most High's work in spirit and truth, that we want to focus on the healing of our people. We want to focus on the edification of the Most High. We want to focus on the things that will bring us together, if this is what the Most High calls you to do. Because, see, those who are against us will choose to exploit whatever means they can to have an excuse. Okay? Just like the time when Uzziah had to deal with that, and many of his followers. And we saw even in the time of the kingdom of Congo, when it fell, there were those who were trying to get away from the strong delusion that they brought. And then there were those who were willing to grasp it. And we know what happened then. Now we're doing the reverse. Understand that. We're in the reverse of that, what happened in 1492, around that time. We're returning to our Father, looking for the way back. But now there are those who were in it all this time that don't see the value in what it is that's going on. Okay? So as we move to this next phase, your brother or your neighbor who you thought was someone that respected you or was a part of what you were believing in can very soon turn against you. I say, oh no. Like they said to the Abafundi, weren't you one of the ones that were with him? No, I wasn't with him, type of stuff. Because, see, no one that truly knows the Most High of Truth, Tatanzambi, Akongo Yahweh, wants to see what he intends to do. That's why they're in such denial about what's already happening right now. That's why they choose to continue to believe the things that they choose to believe in, without looking at the fact that many people have been given something that the majority of the world has been blinded to see. Yeah, I'm gonna consider that. But see, that's all they already that's also getting hit too. So don't be surprised. You know, we see already the major changes going on with Twitter. I'm sure you'll see more going on with Facebook. Okay. I'll look into that. Um, I just went live real quick because it takes me a while to record, and I'm just gonna upload this real quick, so that's why I did it. But our situation now is exactly uh, what I had anticipated. This is what I saw. I knew this was going to come a time. Okay, I'm sure others may have seen it as well, where we've had our 3 years since 2019. This is now 2022, as we know. We're seeing the climate of the world today, and we know we're on the precipice of worldly events. But we know, as was done in the days of Noah, okay, those who are meant to persevere and come through the changes came through unscathed, unharmed, ready for the next phase. So Zombie knows that as we get ready to prepare to face the onslaught of all these things that are coming, just like in the days of Antiquity, he was there. Just like when Jericho fell, he was there. Just like when the Philistines wanted to wipe out the Bana Zombie, he was there. You know, so that's why it's important as we get ready for the strong signs and delusions to remember that he or she who endureth to the end will be saved. But what will we really be enduring? Okay, is the desire to erase us, the desire to erase the knowledge of, the desire to completely remove any type of understanding from people. Okay, this is what is the agenda. So all praises, hallelujah. So moving forward, we just have to really keep our focus on Tatanzami and Pungatalendo. We must really be focused on Yahweh Congo, and we must really be focused on making sure we are doing what he has called us to do. And we must have a strong discernment. And we must really ask of the things that he wants us to do. And making sure that we stay on the righteous path. Because as many people have seen, you will be tested. You will be tested very hard. Because now there will be so many things you can't even imagine that unfold. But remember, the Benakongo, the Benabeto, and Zolele are the primary target of all of this. And there are those who always knew this time would come, that have their role to play to make sure that it doesn't come to fruition, the one kingdom. Okay. So we have nothing to do with their folly, as Isaiah 8 says, but at the same time, we be wise as serpents, innocent as doves. We are watchful and sober minded. Okay. We observe changes in what people say and what people do that don't line up with what the Most High's plan it really is. We observe those and what they really say and the message that they're bringing and who they're really supporting and what agenda they really have in front of them. What is their purpose? What are they really doing? Because, like I said, I've listened to many people in this awakening. I've listened to many Ingita. I've listened to many different things. And, even in my time in Africa, I became aware of many things as well. Now, I love the fact that our people are waking up and learning who they are, and things are starting to become more clear to a lot of us. And that the hope is for us to finally one day, once again, soon, have that Kintwadi as the Makanda family. But understand, until the Most High completes the removal of the wicked, there's always going to be the intent to create uh, disharmony and to say one thing but do another, to cause that confusion. Okay, and we know that the Zambi Yahweh Congo, as many people like to repeat in their beliefs, is not the author of confusion. And very soon, the scriptures that will unfold will confirm that. Because as these false Messiah spirits, the original name that Yahya and many people have talked about is Kathiopia. I know people say Akabulan, but that actually was the name from the Arabs. I know the supercontinent was Embo when it was one continent, but when it broke up, where you see the the skull, the Golgotha portion now, it was referred to as Kathiopia by the Benazambis, the Benacongos. Now, other tribes may have different names from what they have felt it was called, because I know if there's other people who call it different things. But many people are familiar with the term Kathiopia or Ethiopia. Okay. And it's not just one country, it was the entire continent. And Gipiti was included in there, Egypt, Babylon, and many other nations that they shifted to different parts of the world, but their origins were in the land. But that's what many people have called it. And there's maps of it as well. Let me see, maybe I will share the screen on that. This was a map. One second here. Give me one moment, I'll pull it up. Sorry, there's a little bit of a delay. Like I said, now it's funny how I'm live and this thing is really. Let me see if I can do it like this. If you lose me, I'm sorry. I don't know why it always does this when I'm doing this. You can actually do this as well. All you gotta do is type in ancient African maps, and it usually pulls up on Google. I don't know if they've been pulling them down lately, but bear with me. It's taking a minute. So weird. I was trying to launch that too at the same time. Come on. Yeah, it's trying to open too many times. Alright, figure. Can hear me okay? Hope y'all can hear me okay. Sorry about the mess behind me. There it goes. Yeah, this is a game. It's like a game they're playing. I know it is. Sadly. And I ran some stuff on my computer too that was supposed to fix a lot of this stuff. Oh, come on. All right. Well, it's gonna pull up here in a minute. Like I said, hopefully. Um, but like I said, when we look at the scriptures, especially, we knew there were times when our ancestors were dealing. Remember when King Antino the Reader had to run from Antino Sola, and even with that, he had no animosity towards him for wanting to kill him. And for us as Bantu people, as Bena Congo, we must also feel this way about each other, especially as Black people. Okay, but we know that Tatanzambi will deal with the enemies of himself because he's vanquished so many people in the past, and they know what he's capable of. And this is why it becomes a problem because they really don't want to serve the Bena Congo. They don't want to serve the Bantu people. We know this. So that's why it's a significant, it's a huge plan that will surface. Because to be back on top means there's a lot of people getting ready to go into judgments that's eternal. Remember, all this stuff that they're going to be doing, remember, we're doing everything is going to be for eternity. So whatever the Most High decides on the fate of those that were against him, this is eternal. You can't say, oh, you know what? Now I changed my mind. I want to be with you now, Father. You can't do that once the Most High makes the call. You can't say, oh, you know what? Now I wish I would have listened to this person. Um, even in the religion of people with beliefs, they say that, oh, once you're gone, it's too late. You can't now make the changes you want to make, and it works. But see, that's the whole concept. There are people who have gone to the Most High believing they had it the right way, and now they wish, oh, I wish I could have learned that better. Oh, I wish I could have done that. Oh, why didn't I know? These type of things. And that's what a lot of people have been going through for the last 500 something, several thousands of years. Thousands upon thousands of years. And so that's why they understand completely that this is where we're at. And, the concept is they need to take as many as they can with them because of their lack of knowledge. Okay. And this is where we're going to be running into these into the situation where there are those that know that they have already sealed their fate. They have already sealed their fate. So they have no problem coming in here doing what they do. Okay. Their fate is already sealed. You see. That's why you hear many of them say, about certain videos, oh, just let me go to where my ancestors are, or where they don't I don't know where the background went, but anyway. Um, yeah, sorry for I got a little bit of a mess behind me, but I apologize. That's why I had the background. I'm not sure where it went. But anyway, I'll be right back. All right, sorry about that. This is why it's so. It can be so frustrating going live now, and I know why. They've um they've made changes to a lot of things over here in America when it comes to how you talk, and we know why. They say they talk about. See, they won't let me pull up that map. They always talk about freedom of speech. What's what you say, stuff like that. And because of all the things that are happening now, they don't like it. They don't like it at all. So they're going to constantly try to do what they can to create problems. Yeah, free speech, my foot. Yeah, exactly. So and that's why that's exactly why you know this is going to turn ugly because see now that the system is changing significantly, we must continue to push on and do what's righteous. Like I said, remember what happened to Polo. Polo, when he took the demon out of the person, out of the medium. There was no applause. There was no celebration. Yay, he got rid of the demon. No, no, they threw it behind him in prison. They threw him in prison. Okay? So as we continue to expose the fact there's a lot of sorcery and hidden things going on behind the scenes, not everybody's going, yay, thank you, yay. No, not everybody's doing that. There are people who are saying, we want to stop you because this is what they use. This is how they make their money. This is what they do to keep the masses where they are. So it's not a celebration for everybody who this is their way of life in secret. You know, I actually I was in my job today. I stopped by a house that had the emblem that says they were a sorcerer on it. So it's there. It's out in the open. Okay. You see people with that stuff on their cars nowadays, like it's nothing. They don't. It's like, hey, I'm a Wiccan. Yeah, I'm good with that. Okay. So they don't hide it anymore. But then when we come out and say, hey, this has always been the way it's been for since, you know, because my next video I'm gonna do a breakdown on Canaan and how that there's always been a revenge factor. Yeah, it's crazy. There's always been a revenge factor. You see, because when we go to Malachi chapter 2 and chapter 3, Tatanzambi talks about the process of how he's going to go through to remove false prophets and teachers and to remove sorcery from everywhere. But if this is how you have been working in the shadows, you don't want to see that. This is not what you want. Okay? So, what I'm trying to tell you is be very careful because there are many people that this is exactly what's happening in the shadows. This is what they're masquerading with. So it's important for us to really focus on Tatanzambi and Pumutalendo Akongo Yahweh and to let him show you. Ask him. And this, you know, it was a Yaya who gave me this. He said, ask Tatanzambi to reveal the people in this awakening to you in the spirit, who they really are in the spirit. And you know, when I did that, I said, wow, okay. And now I know who this person is. Now I know who that, okay. There's been revelations. There's a reason why I've had to say certain things to people, because I said, what you choose to follow, what you choose to, if you have your own agenda or what you choose, who you choose to follow, can put you in a bad situation that you don't even realize. And of course, even us, we choose to do this. We can also be put in bad situations from those who are trying to keep it from us that they're actually fronting. You know, you always say, you know, people are putting on a front. Okay. The biggest enemy of someone who's putting on a front is the gift the Most High has given to someone that is able to see through the smoke screen, to see through the delusion. That is always the problem with that gift. When the Most High has given you the ability to, wait a minute, this isn't right. I can see through this. When you can do that, you become a problem. And they must find a way to get rid of you. Or they must find a way to do something that brings you to your ruin or your destruction. And that's what's happening now. We have begun the process of taking the harlot and have now stripped her naked. You know how Tatanzambi did us? We were the harlot, and he stripped us naked and showed us how we were. Now we're reversing this. We're stripping the harlot and saying, look at who these people, look at who this harlot really is. Look. Okay? That's not always good. Because now he is repaying her double. And will continue to repay her double for everything that she has done. Okay? You know, for whatever reason, I can't get these pictures to pull up. But for the sister, Miss April Hannon, sister, if you go to Google and you put ancient African maps, you'll see a lot of them that have the names that used to be there, including Ethiopia. But yeah, you'll notice that. Anyway, I'm done. I didn't want to take too long. I just had to make this quick video. It went longer than I expected, but realize the things that are now coming in the next few weeks, in the next few months, are going to be very, very intense. Intense. Because of the next phase that's coming. You know, I live in a place where it gets cold. I pray the Most High will make sure that we are okay if anything should happen. I also live in a place that can get very hot at times if it need be. And also I live in a place where I know people like me are not favored. Okay? It's they don't always obviously show it to you, but you know it's there. Okay? All right, family. In Sambololo, Zolo Quingi, where's the Yavi Kongo Kutwala? For those of you doing the Samba this weekend, your Sambuari, may you learn a lot from whatever you are doing. And like I said, eventually we'll all be coming together soon enough to know the Most High will be doing some things that help us. Yes, indeed. The Most High wants us to have a zeal, a fervent heat for Him, because the world is cold when it comes to it. It's like when you play that game, when you're talking about, do you really know the Most High? The majority of the world is either lukewarm or way off, cold, not even close. You're way off. You say hot, getting warmer, get hot. And see, what we're doing is making us hot for the Most High. And that is a no-go for the elites. That's a no-go. It can't happen. Okay. Sambololo Zola Quingi, Mbote Sabona Yenge, and where's the Yavi Kongo Kutwala?